So I don't know if my mom is a very narcissistic person. So, and narcissists, they like a crowd. Figuratively and literally, they like a crowd. Because they feel like, well, I can't convince the people who really know me, so I can convince others of whatever narrative I want to play.
Before I was famous, I was still not like everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
My name was always in someone's mouth. Someone always liked me. Someone always hated me. The girls that wanted to be friends with me in school, to get me to be around them, to get me to say something back to them.
Mm-hmm.
I was never just one of these hidden kids. Like I always stood out.
Because what other rap female artists are really on the Billboard?
Right. You recently said that not that you didn't like Nicki, but you preferred Cardi to Nicki.
Yeah, I love Nicki. It's just like I prefer Cardi more.
Right. What do you think it is about Cardi that you like more than Nicki?
Because it's newer. I grew up listening to Nicki, so it's something new.
Music has always been an escape for me, so it's what I love to do, so it always feels good.
Tell me about this song and where this song came from and you and why this song was important to put out. And it feels bigger, it feels special.
Well, the sample is from a song that my mom used to listen to when she was a kid, so I thought it was a really cool beat to go with. And then the lyrics were just made to just, have fun. That's all it's about, is having fun.
Me waiting at a restaurant for 2 hours for somebody, and then, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that story a little more. Go into detail. Why did you have to wait for 2 hours for someone?
I was supposed to meet with someone on my birthday, because when we went out for dinner, and it was, I'm on my way, and it was like, it didn't really ruin my birthday, because we ended up going back to my house together, but it was like, I was like waiting 2 hours at the table for you.
Listen up, guys, because this beef between Bhad Bhabie and Alabama Barker just hit a whole new level of petty. Fresh sources reveal that while everyone thought this drama was just about Leavon, there's actually way more happening behind the scenes. Think about it. While Bhad Bhabie's been dealing with cancer treatment, Alabama's apparently been plotting moves that would make reality TV villains look amateur. The way this situation's unfolding, it's giving soap opera writers new material. The really wild part? While everyone's focused on their social media back and forth, nobody's talking about how this all started months ago. Sources close to both parties say June 3rd wasn't just a random date. It was the beginning of a calculated plan that's only now coming to light. Even their mutual friends are shocked at how this situation's evolved. What started as typical industry drama has turned into something that's affecting business deals, relationships, and entire career trajectories. Breaking down the timeline of this beef exposes something nobody's talking about. Remember that security tag Bhad Bhabie found in Leavon's car? That wasn't just any random piece of plastic. It was proof he'd been sneaking into Alabama's gated community since summer. Sources say Danielle knew something was off way before the drama went public. That moment she spotted the gate pass, it wasn't just suspicion. It was confirmation of what her instincts had been telling her for months. What's really fascinating is how Alabama tried to play it off. When confronted about the gate pass, she claimed Leavon was visiting a friend in her neighborhood. Girl, please. The receipts show he was pulling up to your house 3 days after meeting you. Even Tun, Danielle's best friend, had heard rumors about Leavon and Alabama's secret meetups, but she kept quiet, thinking there's no way it could be true. Now she's realizing she should have spoken up sooner. The way Alabama handled getting caught shows exactly how calculated this whole situation was. Instead of owning up to her actions, she started spinning a narrative about not knowing Leavon was Danielle's baby daddy. But the evidence? It tells a completely different story. Multiple sources confirm Alabama knew exactly who Leavon was from day one. We're talking about someone who was literally at events where Danielle introduced him as her child's father. The idea that she didn't know? That's about as believable as a plastic surgeon claiming they've never had work done. Think about the timing. While Danielle was going through cancer treatment, Alabama was entertaining her man in that big house Travis bought her. The level of disrespect? It's astronomical. And those innocent social media posts she was making during this time? Pure performance art. Even the staff at her gated community have come forward with stories about how often Leavon's car was spotted there. When the security guards know your schedule better than your own family, that's saying something. Let's talk about those mysterious studio sessions that kept happening at Alabama's house. While she claims they were just working on music, sources say there was a lot more going on than just recording tracks. Fresh evidence shows Alabama wasn't just stealing Danielle's man. She was trying to get her hands on unreleased music too. We're talking about sessions where Leavon was playing Danielle's private recordings, songs that were meant for her upcoming project. The audacity doesn't stop there. While Danielle was focused on her health, Alabama and Leavon were apparently planning to remake some of these tracks. They thought they were being slick, but studio engineers have receipts, timestamps, voice notes, everything. Even more wild, those original songs Alabama's been teasing on social media, sources say they sound suspiciously similar to demos Danielle recorded months ago. When you're stealing someone's man and their music, that's a special kind of shameless. The financial side of this drama exposes another layer of snake behavior. While Danielle was paying all Leavon's bills, he was allegedly using her money to fund dates with Alabama. We're talking about dinner reservations, shopping sprees, all on Danielle's dime. Sources close to the situation say Leavon wasn't just cheating emotionally, he was literally spending child support money on Alabama. The bank statements don't lie, showing purchases at high-end stores right after Danielle would transfer funds for their baby. Think about how calculated this was. While Danielle was covering their household expenses, including Leavon's car payments, he was rolling up to Alabama's house in a vehicle Danielle was financing. The disrespect isn't just personal, it's financial. Even their mutual friends are shocked at how deep this betrayal goes. When you're using your baby mama's money to impress her former friend, that's a different level of grimy. The social media warfare between these two is reaching nuclear levels. After Danielle exposed those gate pass receipts, Alabama tried clapping back with a diss track. But here's the thing, she didn't just embarrass herself, she accidentally confirmed everything. Listen to those lyrics carefully. She's literally admitting to timeline details that match exactly what Danielle's been saying. For someone trying to deny the situation, she sure knows a lot of specific dates and locations. Meanwhile, Danielle's out here with actual evidence, security footage, text messages, bank statements. While Alabama's trying to wrap her way out of this mess, Danielle's stacking up receipts like she's at Costco. Even the battle rap community is weighing in, saying Alabama's diss track might be the worst response to beef they've ever heard. When professional battle rappers are cringing at your lyrics, that's when you know you should have kept that in the drafts. The way Alabama's trying to flip the narrative shows exactly how desperate she's getting. Now she's claiming Leavon told her he was single, but the Instagram comments don't lie. She was literally commenting on posts about him being Danielle's baby daddy. Sources from their inner circles say Alabama's been changing her story more times than she changes her outfits. First, she didn't know who Leavon was. Then, she thought he was just a friend. Now, she's claiming he misled her. Girl, pick a lane and stay in it. The Instagram receipts that just surfaced will make everyone question Alabama's sanity. What's really telling is how she's handling the evidence Danielle keeps dropping. Instead of addressing the actual proof, she's trying to distract everyone with new accusations. But those security gate logs? They don't care about your deflection tactics, sis. Even Travis Barker's friends are reportedly embarrassed by how his daughter's handling this situation. When your own dad's circle is cringing at your actions, that's when you know you've messed up. Let's talk about those accidental run-ins at industry events that weren't so accidental after all. Sources say Alabama was strategically showing up at places she knew Leavon would be, even before Danielle knew anything was going on. The really wild part? While Danielle was at doctor's appointments, Alabama was allegedly coordinating with Leavon about which events to attend. We're talking about detailed planning to make these meetups look coincidental. The text messages planning these random encounters will make your mind explode. Think about how calculated this was. Alabama would post stories making it seem like she just happened to be at these venues, but security footage shows her arriving right when Leavon told her to. The level of planning that went into this deception? It's giving masterclass in sneaky behavior. Even the event organizers started noticing the pattern. When party promoters can map out your affair timeline, you're not being as slick as you think you are. The business impact of this beef is where things get really interesting. While Alabama thought she was just stealing Danielle's man, she actually messed up some major bag opportunities. Those industry connections Leavon was promising her, they're all backing away now. Sources say multiple labels that were interested in Alabama's music have pulled their offers. Nobody wants to work with someone who's showing such questionable judgment. Plus, the way she handled getting exposed, it's giving major liability vibes. Meanwhile, Danielle's handling this like a boss. Instead of just throwing shade, she's turning this drama into content. That documentary she's working on about toxic industry relationships? Yeah, Alabama just gave her a whole new chapter. Even Travis Barker's team is worried about how this affects her future opportunities. When your own father's publicity team is having emergency meetings about your conduct, that's not a good sign for your career. The family dynamics in this situation are getting messier by the minute. Travis Barker's been trying to handle this privately, but sources say he's actually furious about how Alabama's conducted herself. This isn't just about drama anymore. It's about family reputation. Think about it. While the Kardashians are building billion-dollar empires, Alabama's out here getting exposed for stealing her friend's baby daddy. That's not exactly the kind of publicity Kris Jenner can spin into gold. The private family meetings about this situation will leave you stunned. What's really fascinating is how Kourtney's handling this. Sources say she's tried talking to Alabama about professionalism and loyalty, but those conversations aren't going well. When your stepmom who married in a gothic vampire wedding thinks you're being too dramatic, that's saying something. Even Northwest is apparently commenting on the situation in family gatherings. When a 10-year-old has more insight into appropriate conduct than you, it might be time for some self-reflection. The way this beef is playing out on social media shows exactly who's winning the public opinion battle. While Alabama's trying to defend herself with weak excuses, Danielle's literally got timestamps and receipts for every claim she makes. Sources close to both camps say Alabama didn't expect Danielle to have this much evidence. She thought this would be a typical, she said, situation, but Danielle's been collecting proof like she's building a federal case. The security camera footage Danielle's about to release will change everything. What's really telling is how their followers are reacting. Even Alabama's loyal fans are starting to question her version of events. When your own stan accounts are telling you to stop posting, that's when you know you're losing the narrative. Meanwhile, Danielle's handling this with a level of strategy nobody expected. Every time Alabama tries to spin a new story, Danielle drops another piece of evidence that shuts it down completely. The chess moves versus checker plays? It's getting embarrassing. Let's talk about those voice recordings that just surfaced, because they expose everything Alabama's been trying to deny. We're not just talking about casual conversations. These are detailed discussions about how to hide their meetups from Danielle. Fresh sources reveal Alabama wasn't just aware of Leavon's relationship status. She was actively helping him create alibis. Those studio sessions they claimed were about music? The recordings show them literally planning how to cover their tracks. Think about how calculated this was. While Danielle was going through cancer treatment, these two were recording songs about loyalty and friendship. The audacity to sit in studios paid for by Danielle's money while plotting behind her back. That's a different level of snake behavior. Even studio engineers are coming forward now, sharing stories about how uncomfortable these sessions made them. When professional sound guys who've seen everything are disturbed by your conduct, you know you're moving wrong. The music industry's reaction to this whole situation is telling us everything we need to know about who's really winning. While Alabama thought stealing Danielle's man would boost her clout, it's actually destroying her professional relationships. Sources say major producers are pulling back from working with her. Nobody wants to be associated with someone who'd betray a friend going through cancer treatment. The way the industry's choosing sides? It's like watching a real-time lesson in karma. The industry blacklist that's forming will end careers faster than a viral scandal. Meanwhile, Danielle's getting support from unexpected places. Even artists who normally stay out of drama are speaking up for her. When you've got the whole industry backing you, that's how you know you're on the right side of history. The really fascinating part? Those music connections Alabama thought Leavon could help her make? They're all reaching out to Danielle instead. Turns out loyalty still means something in this industry, even if Alabama hasn't figured that out yet. The final piece of this messy puzzle shows exactly how this situation's going to affect everyone's future. While Alabama's busy trying to defend her actions, she's actually giving Danielle all the ammunition needed to completely expose both her and Leavon. Think about the evidence trail they've left behind. We're not just talking about social media posts and text messages anymore. Danielle's got security footage, bank statements, voice recordings, and witness statements that tell the complete story of this betrayal. But here's what really shows who's winning. While Alabama's career opportunities are shrinking, Danielle's turning this whole situation into a documentary about industry loyalty and fake friendships. She's not just exposing them. She's creating content that'll make her money. The impact on their respective careers is already showing. While Alabama's struggling to maintain her reputation, Danielle's getting offers for projects about surviving betrayal and staying strong through adversity. One's becoming a cautionary tale, while the other's becoming an inspiration. Even Leavon's starting to realize he backed the wrong horse in this race. Sources say he's been trying to reach out to Danielle through mutual friends, claiming Alabama manipulated him. But those security gate logs don't lie. He knew exactly what he was doing from day one. As this situation continues to unfold, one thing's becoming crystal clear. Sometimes the people who think they're winning end up exposing themselves as the biggest losers. While Alabama and Leavon thought they were being slick, they actually gave Danielle everything she needed to show the world who they really are.